Hey guys, welcome back. Earlier I started a video showing movies that I owned. We're just going to continue with that. These are movies that I liked enough to buy, or either when my kids were still at home, they wanted them or whatever, and some I've kept on hand for nostalgic reasons or whatever. So we're going to continue to go through the movies that I own, and it's going to take probably 6 or 7 videos. But even though there are streaming sites out there, I like having them on hand. I don't know, it's just my thing. Like, what if something happens to them, or they're not online anymore, or I don't want to sit through commercials, and I'm a baby, so okay. So my next, one of my favorites, once I saw the movie, I had to buy it, was A Quiet Place. And this is Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. And this was bought at McKay's. The last video I talked about McKay's, and McKay's is a store in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I think there's one in Knoxville. I think it's a Tennessee thing. But when I lived there, you could go there and you walk in, and it is a 2-story warehouse. And it is books and educational materials, and every book known to man. I mean, music, CDs, DVDs, podcasts, audiobooks, t-shirts, everything imaginable, games. They sold cameras, guitars, everything. And some of them were brand new, but some of them were people have turned in and they have verified, yes, they are usable, they work well, I loved this place because you got stuff really, really cheap. But so Quiet Place, if you have not seen it, is one of my favorites. And I've been trying to skim the backs before I speak because I am really bad about giving spoilers. So we're going to skim the back. Okay, first it was done in 2018. Let's see. Okay, so basically there are these creatures, if you have not seen it, and there are these creatures that are affected by sound. And yeah, if they hear you, they hunt you. So everyone has to tiptoe. You have to go barefooted a lot. You have to be so very careful because if they hear a sound, they will hunt you down. It's a great movie. It really is. And with that being said, I also, sorry, did not mean to hit the camera. I have the second one too. So, I can't tell. Same people, Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. Well, I was about to give a spoiler, but I have to be careful. Okay, so it is still going on after this first one. So some things occurred and they got rid of some of the monsters, but it is still occurring. So it goes into the second one, and now the third one is out. That started like at day 1, and I meant to get to theaters and see it, and I have not seen it, and I'm kind of upset about that because I think it's about to leave. So now I'm gonna have to wait until it comes out on video or streaming. This one was 2018. This one was 2021. So depending on what month they did it, a 3-year difference, 2.5-year difference, something. So of course you can tell the kids are older. But okay, so my next movie I love this movie. I love the old movies, I really do. This is Humphrey Bogart, Aldo Ray, and Peter Ustinov. This one was gotten at McKay's. This one was in 1995. And this one actually is in color. But let's see. So it is about these convicts that escape prison. And they're trying to get off Devil's Island. And so they go through all these little fiascos with this shopkeeper and his family, trying to get them to trust him or whatever. And then these people kind of change them, and they're really soft-hearted. They act like they're terrible people, but like, oh, we're so macho or whatever, but they're not. They're just big teddy bears. So they end up trying to help them through all of their issues. And it's all surrounding Christmas and stuff. It's just a sweet movie. So yeah, it says they turn out to be the three wise men after all. So I really like this movie. There's some really comical parts that is unexpected for that era, and it's just funny to me. Okay. And what about Bob? I grew up on this movie. I loved this movie. But I actually grew up on a TV version, and so I didn't even realize it was a DVD until later, but it came on TV. And back then you could just hit record on a VCR, and then you'd have the movie. And so that's how I grew up watching it. But it's Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss. This one was in, let's see. Okay, I don't see a year. It's raining outside. I actually have on my a big puffy sweatshirt because it's raining, and I turned my air way down low so it'd be all nice and chilly in my apartment. I love rainy, chilly days, and I can bundle up. It's my favorite. Curl up and watch a movie. Okay, I don't see a year on here, but so basically, make sure I don't give a spoiler. So Bill Murray is a patient, and Richard Dreyfuss is his psychiatrist. And Richard Dreyfuss and his family goes on vacation, and Bill Murray follows, and it goes into a bunch of crazy stuff, basically proving that Bill Murray is not crazy. He just had to work through some stuff. And at the end, okay, that would be a spoiler, I can't tell you, but there's a complete switch at the end. But if you haven't seen it, I like it. A lot of these movies that I have could be nostalgia, because when you see stuff as a kid, you like it and it sticks with you, and that's kind of what this one did. So that could very well be why I like these movies. So don't be mean and judgy. Like, I like my movies, and that's what I like. Okay, our next movie, and this is one that my kids liked, Cheaper by the Dozen with Steve Martin. It's literally what it is that it's a family of 12 children, and 2 parents, and it's just all the crazy fiascos, and they have a dog, and just all the crazy stuff. But Ashton Kutcher's in here, and what is his name? It's Bonnie Hunt, and I can't remember what his name is, but it's Hilary Duff, Piper Perabo. Oh, Tom Welling, that's what it is. Tom Welling's in here. Piper Parabo's in here. This was done in 2003. But it's just a sweet little innocent kids or family movie that you can watch together. Yeah, Tom Welling, Piper Perabo, Hilary Duff. Ooh, y'all hear that thunder? It is thundering. I love stormy days. Okay, Random Harvest. Ooh. This is absolutely just a sweet, sweet story. Sad, but just the true meaning of how far you'll go for love. I love this one. But it's Ronald Colman and Greer Garson. And Greer Garson is one of my favorite all-time actresses. Just love it. And I think I got this off of eBay probably. See, it's like Korean or Chinese writing, but it's all in English. Let me see if it shows the year in English. 1942. Shot 1942. Okay, okay, so he was in World War One, and it says he's shell shocked, and he can't remember his days. So they meet and get married, and then later on, he goes on a trip, and then he forgets who he is, and she basically follows him around and becomes his secretary and all these other things, and he can't remember his previous life. Well, then they marry for a second time. That they're close enough, and they marry again, and he still doesn't remember his previous life where they were already married. So finally one day everything clicks, and he comes home to her, and everything, he just recalls everything. And then, I mean, who in the lifetime gets to marry the same person twice and has that much love between them? But she just follows him around till he remembers, and it's just so sweet. I love this movie. I think Kurt Carson is beautiful. So I like this one, Random Harvest. I like her in Pride and Prejudice, and then she's in Mrs. Miniver. Oh, I love Mrs. Miniver. Oh gosh. Okay, so this was one of my kids' movies. Jonah, the VeggieTales Jonah movie. It's a crazy, silly little movie for kids. The funniest guy in here is this guy, Khalil. Not much to say about that one. Okay. Look how young Bruce Willis is. That makes me so sad. Okay, so this is the Bruce Willis movie, The Kid. And where's the year? Let me see. I hate when they don't put the year on here. Makes me want to slap people. Another DVD with no year. That makes no sense. Bunch of zip codes, but no year. So crazy. Okay. So basically, it's Lily Tomlin is his secretary. So basically, let's see, so I don't give out spoilers. Okay, so he is, I'm trying to make sure I don't give away spoiler. Okay, so he is a big time businessman, and who had what he considers a very rough childhood, just a lonely childhood, and maybe some emotional abuse there a little bit. But he runs into this 8-year-old little boy, and slowly comes to realize that 8-year-old little boy is him. And so he has to finally start to figure out why the 8-year-old came back to him. What was he trying to tell him? And so it goes through all of this stuff, but the little boy helps him work out his life and get things in order. So I like that movie. Okay, this next movie, this is the most underrated movie. One of the most underrated movies I've ever seen. Like, to me, this movie needed some excessive hype that did not get. Big Hero 6. If you have not seen Big Hero 6, even as an adult, you need to watch it. I promise you're going to laugh. You're going to cry. I mean, it just, best animated film of the year. But it got no hype, and everybody's like, what is Big Hero 6? It is an amazing movie. So much to it. It is so good. Let me see. Okay, it'd probably be easier to read it, so I don't give away too much. Okay, it's an action-packed comedy adventure that introduces Baymax, a lovable personal companion robot who forms a special bond with robotics prodigy Hiro Hamada, when a devastating turn of events catapults them into the midst of a dangerous plot unfolding in the streets of San Francisco. Hiro turns to Baymax and his diverse group of friends, adrenaline junkie Gogo Tomago, Neat Nick Wasabi, chemistry whiz Honey Lemon, and fanboy Fred, who transforms into a band of unlikely heroes. Bring home Disney's Big Hero 6, featuring comic book style action and hilarious, unforgettable characters. It's fun for the whole family. Yes, after this movie, I wanted a Baymax. Like, I would pay $55,000 to have something like him around. It was just sweet. There's some mystery in there. There's some real danger, some kind of scary facey type stuff. Like, it's just an all around great movie. It really is. I don't understand why it did not get the hype it needed, because it is, to me, it's so much better than like the Emoji Movie and some of the ones that came around the same time. It was better. Okay. This is Three Coins in a Fountain. This is one of my old ones. I love old movies. I love it. So it's Clifton Webb, Dorothy McGuire, Jan Peters, Louis Jourdan, and Rossano Brazzi. And this is, let me make sure I don't give spoilers. It was 1954 in color. So this girl shows up, and she has come to Italy to be a secretary. And so she meets two friends, or they become friends. They're all living in the same like little house together. They're all three secretaries at the same place. So they go to the Trevi Fountain and, look up romance and throw in some coins and stuff. But they all three accidentally fall in love with different type of men, and then it's kind of some crazy stuff happens, and they feel like they're all losing their men until it gets to the end, and then everything comes together. It's just a sweet, sweet romantic movie. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's one my fiance has not seen, but he's going to see it. Okay. Oh, this one's got a sticker over part of the name. Hang on. Man, that's a stubborn sticker. A big sticker. Okay. So, this is Beat the Devil, Humphrey Bogart. And I need to throw these in the garbage before I make a mess on my table. It's Peter Lorre and Gina Lollobrigida. This was from the case too. It was only $2.95, and luckily I got it for $2.95 because I love this movie too. I love all my movies, but some of them, But okay, so it is actually a comedy. It says it's become a cult classic. It says in this offbeat Bogart crime comedy, a ragtag group of con men set out for a small Mediterranean port on a boat bound for the African coast. The plot twists and turns as these devious characters attempt to swindle each other and acquire uranium-rich land. It's just a bunch of just crazy stuff happens, and there's still some romance where it's kind of a weird situation because it's like there's these two couples and they have spouses, and somehow by the end of the movie, it's like the people have switched spouses or something. It's not strange there, but it's like something different for this kind of age movie. It's still a great movie though. It's a great, great, great movie. Need to watch it. Okay, our next one. Definitely one of our kids' movies, but I still love it too. I haven't seen it probably since the kids were home, but I do listen to the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. Songs are great. It just reminds me of the kids being home and being around and stuff, and just stuff you miss, you know. This is Curious George with Will Ferrell and Drew Barrymore. Don't see a year. Looks like this is 2006. Like 2006, I think. But basically, he goes to a jungle looking for this exotic statue of this ancient god or whatever. Well, this monkey follows him home. And so they get into all kinds of crazy little situations and stuff. So it's a sweet little movie though. Okay, this one is completely for nostalgia. This was a Legacy. It was a TV show, the complete series. But when I was growing up, this had come out, and I was a horse fanatic. I mean, anything to do with horses, and this was surrounding the Kentucky farms. And so I loved it and watched it. And so once I became an adult and I found the complete series, I bought it for the nostalgia. Yeah, I mean, the storylines were pretty good, but it was, for me as a kid, it was all about the horses. But there was some kind of backstabbing and some drama and some barn fires and people fighting and stuff, but it was good. It ran from 1998 to 1999. So dang, by then I was actually, I say a kid. I guess I was a kid in mind because I would have been 19. Wait. No, I would have been 20. No, it had to be earlier than that. Because see, here it's talking about 2013 Echo Bridge Home Entertainment. So maybe that's just one of the new. It had to be earlier than that. I'm not positive though. Maybe it was then. I was just that. I was not a mature 20-year-old, I'll say. I took a while to grow up, which was fine with me because then I stayed younger at heart. But I loved the horses and stuff in this. Okay. Nicolas Cage is one of my all-time favorites. I don't care how old or whatever he gets, like I will always think like there's something just really attractive about him. I think he's a great actor. One of my favorites. The National Treasure. So, what year was this? 2005 release. So, basically, since he was a child, he's been obsessed with the legendary Knights Templar treasure. And so as he grows up, he's continuously trying to find ways to decipher this ancient riddles and stuff that he had found. And so he pairs up with this guy and who wants the riches for himself. And so they go on this crazy adventure. They start. He gets Nicolas Cage gets double crossed by this other guy. And in a race against time, Nicolas Cage has to steal the Declaration of Independence to get the codes that are hidden on the back of it to find this treasure before this other guy does to secure the treasure, because he's going to give it to museums and stuff. So I like this one. There's a second one too, but I don't have the case for it. I just have the disc. We'll kind of look at those different videos, but okay. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Love this one. Kate Hudson, Matthew McConaughey. I think she's just awesome in this role. In this one, I love it, love it, love it. This is a 2003. Let me see. Okay, so she is a how-to columnist, and he is a sports writer. And so they make a bet. He's trying to win this bid for some kind of new, I want to say it was theirs, some kind of new pitch that he's trying to win. And so he and the other rivals make a bet that he could make any woman fall in love with him. So his rivals had met her before and knew that she was a how-to writer, and her next thing was how to lose a guy in 10 days. So he allows his rivals to pick which girl, and they pick this one. So the whole time he's trying to win a bet and keep this girl staying with him for at least 10 days to fall in love with him, and the whole time she's trying to get him to let go of her for 10 days. Just constantly doing the most horrible things to him. It's just funny. Listen to that beautiful thunder. I love this one though. My stack's getting high over there, so I'm going to stick it right there. And right behind that one is Sweet Home Alabama. I love Sweet Home Alabama, which I love Reese Witherspoon. But this one is, I forget this guy's name. It's Patrick Dempsey, and this guy is, what is his name? Let's see his name. Josh Lucas. Josh Lucas, yes. Both of these guys are cute, but where's the ear? It's another one I don't see a year on. Why do they do that? Makes no sense. I don't know why they do that. Some of them have the year so big and other ones don't, and I don't know what year this came out as far as the back of this. But anyway, so Reese Witherspoon is a clothes designer. She gets engaged to this guy, but she has skeletons in her closet, which she's still married to this one, which is her high school sweetheart. So they go back home to get married. The whole time she's trying to get this guy to sign the divorce papers. So it goes into this big, long fiasco, and she finally realizes what she thinks she wanted isn't what she really wanted at all. I love her haircut in this one. I remember taking screenshots of this movie to hairstylists and being like, cut my hair like this, and they did, and it didn't look nothing like this. It was not cute on me. It was terrible because it just didn't have the same texture of hair, it just did not turn out that cute. It just didn't work. But I love that movie. Okay, our next one is I Am David. And this is Jim Caviezel. This is one of those that kind of has a few slow moments, but when you get to the end, it's entirely worth it. It really is. This one was in 2005. So he is in like a concentration camp, and they're both in a concentration camp. I want to say maybe some kind of camp they're there, and so he helps. No, they think that he's helping him break out, but someone else helps the little boy break out. And he goes on this whole entire voyage basically trying to find himself, and he keeps getting glimpses of his past until finally all the pieces come together. And then the very last few minutes is just, you're just in tears. Just the music they add to it and everything, it's a good movie. Like I said, there's some slow pieces to it, but when you finally realize exactly what's going on, I think it's a good movie. Okay, we got 2 more for this video. We have Bella. Okay, yeah, one moment can change your life forever. This is going to be hard not to give away spoilers, so I'm going to have to read on the back. This is another one from the K's. What is his name? Eduardo Barastegui. I don't know how to pronounce that. He is so fine. And there's one point in this movie where he even has his head shaved. They show him his head shaved for a few minutes, and he's got like this shadow. Dang, he looks good. Where's the year? So this one was in 2006. So he's an international soccer star. He's on his way to sign a multi-million-dollar contract when a series of events unfold that bring his career to an abrupt end. A waitress struggling to make it in New York City discovers something about herself that she's unprepared for. In one irreversible moment, their lives are turned upside down until a simple gesture of kindness brings them both together, turning an ordinary day into an unforgettable experience. And it flips the story upside down, and it just changes his life. I actually really like this movie. Okay, I need to set that one aside till I remember to check how loud that was. Sometimes I forget when I need to make edits. I forget, so that's when I need to set something aside to remember when I see this part in the video. Go back to that area and make an edit. So my last one for this video is Notting Hill. It's Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant. Love, love, love this movie. Love it. This one was in, I think it said on the front, 1999. Is that right? I think so. It's 1999. But she is a movie star. Everybody knows who she is. He just owns, he's in England, and he owns this little bookstore on Notting Hill. And they end up accidentally meeting, and it creates this entire love story, and they love each other. She doesn't love him. She loves him again. She doesn't love him, but somehow they end up back together. And I just really like it because she finally realizes what a jerk she has been and kind of corrects her mistakes. And of course she gets Hugh Grant, which I think is adorable. So that is the last of the videos I have for this section. But we're going to stop for now, and we're going to take a break, and I might get into something else. Maybe we'll open up a new box of jewelry tonight. So I will see you guys in a little bit.